實拍實說，大地海外升學。
Hello， 大家好，我係大地海外升學嘅 Daniel 啊。今集實拍實說會帶大家嚟到英國歷史最悠久嘅法律院校之一 University of Law 嘅呢一所獲得 QS 五星評級嘅大學，佢哋唔單止開辦特別多種類嘅法律課程，就連佢哋培訓出嚟嘅 Practicing Lawyer 咧都冠絕全個英國，造就咗全個英國咧最大嘅法律校友 network。畢業生喺工作上都會受惠於咁好嘅人脈網絡嘅。
University of Law 嘅 Moorgate Campus 咧就係喺 Central London 嘅 Moorgate 呢一區嘅。Moorgate 離開 London 交通樞紐之一嘅 London Bridge 火車站咧，只係2個 Underground 站嘅距離嘅啫。Moorgate 係倫敦商業同法律界嘅重要中心，喺呢一頭就有超過1000間嘅律師事務所，包括 Torres & Hamlin、Vincent Mason、Simmons 等等呢啲嘅國際大行。所以 U Law 將學校設喺呢個位置咧，都大大方便咗同學安排做 placement， 甚至攞啲 law firm 嘅 sponsorship 㗎。University of Law 喺英國總共設有17間校舍，除咗倫敦以外咧，就仲有 Manchester、Birmingham 呢啲大城市。倫敦嘅2個校舍咧就各有分工啦。今日睇嘅 Moorgate 校舍主要開辦 postgrad 嘅課程，而另外嘅 Bloomsbury 校舍咧就有齊 undergrad 同埋 postgrad 嘅。我哋有機會嘅話就會帶大家參觀下 Bloomsbury 嗰邊啦。Moorgate 呢一度專開 law 嘅 postgrad 課程，學校入邊見到嘅當然都會係一啲一般嘅課室，唔會預期有啲咩特別嘅 lab 啊或者 hall 之類啦。學校好多地方都係要俾同學去傾 project 嘅，一次過有咁多未來嘅律師同埋大律師喺我附近傾嘢呢，真係第一次啊！至於點解同學會選擇喺 University of Law 呢一度進修，而學校咁專注教 law 有啲咩好處呢？就等我直接問下 Campus Dean Aruna 同埋2位香港同學啦。
大家好，我係 Agnes 啦。咁我而家喺 University of Law London Moorgate 呢個 campus 度讀緊 LLM Legal Practice SQE 1 and 2。咁佢其實係一個準備 SQE 考試嘅一個課程啦，同埋一個 master 嘅合併嘅。咁喺呢個 master 佢亦都會另外有一個 SQE Plus 嘅一個類似一啲 research project 啊，一啲額外嘅 knowledge 嘅學習咯。
咁我叫 Bella 啦，咁我而家就喺University of Law Moorgate Campus 嗰度就讀緊呢個 Postgraduate Diploma in Law。咁呢一個就係一個1年嘅 course 啦。咁我多數嘅同學就係一啲可能佢第一個 Bachelor Degree 唔係 Law 相關嘅，咁佢就讀呢一個 Conversion Course 咁嚟到去入呢一個 legal field 㗎。
咁我覺得即係香港同 London其實有好多相似嘅地方啦，都係好繁華、好繁忙，好多人、好多高樓大廈。即係喺呢度倫敦可能會係慢啲或者冇咁efficient， 但係香港係講求效率，所有嘢都要好快好快。咁可能即係初頭嚟倫敦生活嘅時候會有啲唔習慣啦，即係會覺得就我想做一樣嘢，點解可能要等咁耐？咁但係啲人都其實好 friendly 嘅。咁香港雖然都係一個好 international 嘅城市啦 ，London 可能會更加 international 啲，亦都會見到好多歐洲如果工作嘅話，可以同一啲歐洲啊、美國啊或者世界各地嘅人去工作啦。咁呢個我覺得係令到你會更加擴闊你嘅眼界嘅。咁係咯，整體上雖然係相似嘅，但係我覺得喺倫敦生活會更加豐富或者多姿多彩，因為亦都會有更加活動可以去做啦，就係因為佢都係一個好cultural同埋好 historic 嘅城市咯，所以會學到更加唔同嘅嘢。
我覺得首先頭先講即係倫敦係好繁華嗰一面，其實同香港都好似嘅。咁同埋就算有時即係啲人話可能去到外國冇啖好食，咁其實我覺得喺倫敦係一回事。即係首先出邊食嘢嘅選擇都好多啦，咁同埋其實買到好多喺香港都買到嘅食材嘅，咁所以呢一啲都好快適應到。咁同埋唔同咧，就可能即係頭先講過London係culturally 係有好豐富嘅，即係可能好多博物館啊、唔同嘅展覽、唔同嘅 show 可以去睇啦。即係
緊張啦，係會有嘅，但係我覺得啲 啲人係好有人情味嘅，即係如果喺街度問路咁都會好樂意解答你，然後就好中意講天氣咁樣都會可以好中意 make 一啲 small talk， 跟住就令到你覺得即係你都可以幫助你適應或者融入呢個 society 度啦。
係，我都覺得因為我可能8月尾9月頭嚟到咧，咁當時倫敦嘅天氣係好好嘅，即係倫敦嘅夏天係好舒服，咁日照時間又長啦，咁所以其實當時都即係覺得嚟到呢度好舒服啦。咁同埋當初我覺得即係香港人嚟到始終都會驚英文啊，會唔會溝通唔到？咁但係其實即係首先呢度啲人都好 friendly 啦，咁同埋咧，因為其實倫敦好國際化，咁其實好多人嘅 first language 都其實唔係英文，咁佢哋都會好明白你其實你嘅母語唔係英文，咁佢哋即係其實溝通上真係唔使咁驚咯。
咁你就可能 weekend 都會去一啲 British Museum 啊、V&A 啊、Tate 啊，咁然後就有啲中意藝術或者音樂嘅同學都可以去睇一啲演唱會、音樂會，咁然後呢啲係其實係好普遍，好多同學都會做嘅。咁我覺得呢個相比香港就可能大家生活會再忙啲，然後冇咁多時間去做呢啲工作以外或者學習以外嘅嘢。咁倫敦呢個慢啲嘅生活節奏就會俾更多空間你去接觸呢啲唔同嘅文化嘅活動啦。咁我覺得係會令到生活就冇咁淨係工作咁樣，會精彩一啲咯，係啊。
即係放學之後，其實都或者我自己 weekend 都成日會去唔同嘅博物館啊，即係講緊British Museum 啊，或者 National Gallery 啊，咁有好多都係免費嘅。咁同埋可能即係學校呢度喺 Moorgate 啦，咁其實附近可能 Shoreditch 啊、Hoxton 呢一啲區咧，係一啲比較新 develop 嘅一啲即係好多一啲小店啊，或者有一個flower market 啊，或者唔同好靚嘅 cafe， 咁呢一啲咧喺香港都係比較難揾到嘅一啲地方。咁係即係有好多唔同嘅嘢可以去 explore 啊。即係我會話倫敦，即係可能你想係一啲可能 modern art 啊，或者 gallery 啊，呢一啲都揾到。咁但係同時間，如果你想中意食嘢嘅，或者可能去 market 周圍行嘅，咁亦都可以滿足到你嘅。
即係本身讀法律嘅同學都會想可能第時喺呢個行業度揾工作。咁其實嗰個途徑同香港有啲似嘅，因為香港都係要 through 一個即係可能 internship， 然後做幾個星期，然後就實習咁樣，然後就攞一個 training contract 啦。咁同倫敦呢個 system 都好似嘅。咁如果講緊一啲工作上面嘅唔同或者內容，就可能都係圍繞住唔同嘅 practice area 去explore 去做類似嘅工作啦。但係工作文化或者同人相處可能就有少少唔同啦，因為倫敦呢度可能個 work-life balance 會好少少，因為即係可能放工6點或者7點之後after work hours 佢就冇咁有個大嘅 expectation， 你一定要繼續工作啦，翻屋企。即係可能好多有時候佢都會叫你，不如你留翻你個work laptop 喺公司度，唔使拎翻屋企咁樣。咁你個 work life 個分界其實係清晰啲咯，咁就會因為佢會明白你 outside of work 都係有一個 life 咯。咁我覺得呢個其實亦都會幫助你提升你工作效率啦，因為你想工作嘅時候就係快啲做完，有效率地完成你工作。咁然後 culture-wise 都會有一個 pop culture 嘅，我覺得即係可能放工都會大家同一啲more senior 或者你隔離 team 嘅人一齊去飲杯嘢，然後交流下。咁我覺得呢啲都係令到你更加容易去適應呢度嘅文化啦，因為佢都明白即係我本身都唔係英文係母語啦，咁但係佢哋都會好樂意去幫你去 integrate 咯。
So we're at the University of Law in Moorgate, so I'm the campus dean. So we mainly teach postgraduate courses here, so postgraduate courses in law and business. Yeah, for law, for sure. So we have a conversion program, which we call the PGDL MA. So that is predominantly for students who have an undergraduate degree in another discipline. Mm-hmm. So maybe you've done your undergraduate in English or history, and then you want to convert into law. So we have the PGDL programs, both full-time and part-time. And then we have the old and new regime to qualify as a solicitor. So we're teaching on the LPC, which is the legal practice course, and the SQE, so the solicitor's qualification exams. And then we also, from July, we're having the bar course, so the BPC course, if you want to become a barrister. So let's start off with the pathways first.
Yeah.
So we have a split profession. There are some overlaps, but I won't go into too much detail. But essentially, if you want to become a solicitor, the advice would be for you either to have a law degree or do the PGDL. That will give you solid, good foundation of what we call the black letter law. So knowing how to read statutes, knowing how to read cases, and applying it to client problems. Once you've done that, if you want to go on to become a solicitor, then the SQE is probably the way you're going to go now. So we have an LLM in SQE 1 and 2, so it gives you a master's. The first semester we prepare you for your SQE 1 exams, which are set and sat externally. Then they cover mainly the knowledge part of law. So there's 360 SBAQs that the students need to get through. So SBAQs are single best answer questions. So everyone knows MCQs, multiple choice.
Yeah.
You have one STEM, 4 possible answers and 1 is correct. For SBAQs, again, you have a STEM. You have 5 possible answers, but all of them are correct. We then, on the second semester, we have the SQE2, which is skills. So interviewing, advocacy, legal writing, legal drafting, etc. So there's 16 assessments there. And then in order to complete the necessary credits for the LLM, we have a third semester where you're able to pick subjects that you want to, or modules that you want to learn. So mergers and acquisitions, company law, family law, etc. We've got a whole host of those. So in order to become a solicitor, you need to pass the SQE1, SQE2, and then have 2 years of QWE, which is qualifying work experience. So all 3 of those together, once you've completed your qualifying work experience, passed those exams, you are admitted as a solicitor. In order to become a barrister, again, it's good to have a law degree or a PGDL. And then you can go on to do the bar course. So that's the bar professional course, BPC. And that consists again of knowledge and skills assessments. And then you need to go on to do pupillage, which is for 12 months. And then you're qualified as a barrister, but you work in chambers mainly. If you have decided, then you know what course you're going on. Yeah. And there's lots of extra employability advice that we can give you. We do a lot of networking here at the university so that we're able to give our students the best chance possible of obtaining gainful employment. So there's a number of unique selling points that we have, and number one has to be the teaching, so the quality of teaching that we give. So the majority of our tutors are qualified solicitors or barristers. Some are still in practice, some still, some sit as judges, etc. So we have real cutting edge access to what's going on in the profession. We constantly update our materials to make them akin to what's going on in practice. So right from day one, the students will come in and they will be given scenarios. So a client comes to see you, they've got an issue with their neighbour, how are you going to resolve it? Or, a client wants to buy a company, how would you advise them? What is the checklist they need to go through to buy a company, etc. So quality of teaching is at its highest. Materials are up to date all the time. And also we have a huge employability network. So they are working tirelessly to help students check their CVs, practice for interviews, writing applications, etc. So students find that really helpful, and you can access that as soon as you have confirmed your offer. Yes, so we work very closely with the SRA, Solicitors Regulation Authority, and the BSB, so the Bar Standards Board. And here, being in the city, we work quite closely with a lot of law firms and businesses. We have a lot of sponsored students, so what that means is that students who have received an offer from a law firm, they have for work, they are sent here for training. So again, we have lots of good relationships with all the local firms here and across the United Kingdom. We have a huge intake of international students, and it's lovely to see. I used to live in Hong Kong, so it's lovely to see that some students have done some studies there with me, and then they've come over here to do their LPC or their bar course, so we've kept in touch. So on our law and business courses, we are getting a lot more international students. I find that they embed themselves in very well. There's a lot of services and networking opportunities that we offer. We do a lot of talks, we have a lot of panel events, so students are coming, making their connections with these people so that they can actually find jobs in the future. So we are working with them quite closely. The students also make their own connections with previous students that have been here, and obviously help future students as well. So again, finding jobs, and so I've had a couple of students who worked in a law firm in London, and then come back to us and said, actually, do you have any other students, because we're growing and they're advertising. So again, it helps them find jobs as well. We've got so many alumni, you can't go anywhere without knowing the University of Law, that we've actually set up a London alumni network. So they work, they are ex-students, part of the alumni, and they actually organise events for students, current students, alumni, etc. So I know that they've got one this Friday as well. So it's just about creating that sense of community, and someone might have a particular expertise and they want to share it with students, like medical negligence or something topical in the news. They're able to get some mentoring, and if it's a good way if you want to advertise your vacancies as well. In Hong Kong, when I was there, because we found quite a lot of alumni in Hong Kong, we set up the Hong Kong alumni network as well, which is growing and running very successfully in Hong Kong. So it's again, you might be at the beginning of your career and you want a bit of advice about what course to go on. There's someone who's done the course and qualified that can, you can tap into that knowledge. And similarly, if you are at the tail end trying to find a job, again, you can get tips off them about how to construct your CV and where to kind of search for jobs geographically and regionally as well.
University of Law 係一間好專門培訓法律專業人士嘅大學。喺 Moorgate Campus 呢一度讀書嘅都係啲 postgrad 嘅學生，大家都好 ready 去投身成為律師、大律師等等唔同嘅法律專業崗位。
學校好專門咁去教授法律課程，年復年咁孕育咗大量嘅 lawyer。而呢個英國最龐大嘅校友網絡，又可以幫助喺度讀書嘅同學爭取實習以至入行，可以話係相當重要啊！我當然唔能夠咁快就跟進到兩位香港同學幾時可以做到律師啦，但係從佢哋喺度可以攞到 law firm 嘅 placement， 再聽到佢哋分享課程點樣好實際咁幫到佢哋，我對同學將來能夠喺英國投身到法律專業都感到相當 positive 啊！希望大家都會中意呢一條 video 啦。臨走之前記得 like、comment 同埋 subscribe 我哋實拍實說 channel 啊！
有海外升學問題，即刻 WhatsApp 大地啦！